So one of the things that I ask all the entrepreneurs is a secret to question. So your secret to is, what is the secret to becoming the role model your kids need, the hero they're looking for, and the dad that they deserve?
I've alluded to this, obviously. I'm working up to here, but it has to do with the mind. It has to do with breaking and replacing those unwanted or unuseful generational cycles. And over the course of time that's been my focus, I've sort of codified it into what I call an internal code. And it's the way the mind works. There's all the different aspects of the mind. There's the conscious mind and the subconscious mind, superconscious mind, our reasoning, our emotions, all of that stuff sort of codifies together and forms this internal code, which is essentially like your operating system, right? So if you have a computer, for example, and you press the A key on that computer, 100% of the time, you're going to get an A pop up on the screen, right? At no point are you going to press that A key and something else happens, no matter what's going on externally, no matter how hard you try to make it be something different. The program itself is dictating the outcome. The only way to change that would be to have someone who knows how to program a computer go in and reprogram it so that the A key now might be a Chinese character, right? Or a Korean character. So keyboard looks like it's in English, but I start typing in it and it's spitting out, Chinese or Korean now. That's because the program within has changed. My action on the front end hasn't changed, but the program that it travels through changed. Therefore, the outcome changes. If we want to break free from the parts of our upbringing that don't serve us, that are actually to the detriment of our kids, we absolutely must go in and change that. Because how many times have we talked to someone? And it's not just about parenting, or about being a dad. That's what we're talking about here. But you see this in business, you see this in health and fitness and weight loss and getting up earlier and all that. And people will say, I know I need to do this thing. Well, why aren't you doing it? Well, I'm working on it. Well, what does that mean? Specifically, what are you doing? Well, I'm just working on it. I'm trying to do better. Well, what does that mean? Well, I'm just working on it. So there's no actual answer there, right? So what you're telling me when you do that is you're aware that there's something going on. You have an earnest, legitimate desire to change it. You're putting intention into the idea of changing it, but you're not actively taking steps because you don't know what to do, or because you're afraid that whatever you do won't work and it'll make the situation worse, right? So the way to become that role model, the way to be the father that they deserve and need, the way to make sure that you're the hero for them, and it's not some negative influence that you wouldn't want, is to become the person that embodies that models that. And the only way to do that is by changing what I call your internal code. There are 3 different aspects to it that I'm not going to dive deep into right now. But without rewriting that code, it's the same as hitting the A key and expecting, the letter R. It's the same as setting the automatic pilot on an airplane and for Chicago and trying really hard to fly to LA.
Yeah.
You can manually override it for a while.
Yeah.
But the moment that you give out, the moment that you're tired and done, it will redirect back to the original goal. And that can't be done primarily through force of will. You cannot just force it, because willpower is a finite resource. What you have to do is go in and change the destination in the automatic pilot.
Yeah. And
then once you do that, once you fully absorb that and fully change that within your internal code, you really don't even have to try hard anymore, right? You hear about people they'll say, oh, I try really hard to get up and go to the gym, but it's just hard for me to do. And then there are other people who literally cannot imagine not going to the gym because that's part of their identity. So in order to have a new identity, we have to change that identity. We have to become the person that we want to be fundamentally.
Yeah, it becomes ingrained in you, right?